Sorry, my pen's in my arse.
Oh.
Right then, we're gonna go to Dust 2. Dust 2. For me, I think we're in 2-0 territory. I think that against AVANGAR, well, it depends. I think it was a must-win for Fnatic. I think this is a nice pick for AVANGAR. They're really good at timing their pushes on long. A lot of teams are afraid, for example, on a CT side to push long doors. The AVANGAR seem to pick very good timing to flank, be it through B or through A long. And maybe if Fnatic can try to catch those kinds of plays, that might help them. Maybe AVANGAR will be less inclined to do that versus a new look Fnatic where they don't necessarily know what to expect. What do you guys think?
I think that here's the beauty of the Fnatic roster, and I'm not sure, obviously, we'll see how JW chooses to play on Dust 2 on CT side, but JW used to be notorious on pushing A long with the op through the smokes and stuff like that. So it will be fun to see, like you're saying, because if AVANGAR is very good at taking those A hits, for JW, I think he's going to be very busy this series.
Yeah, like if I cast my mind back to like 2015, 2016, even Fnatic in 2017, one of the things that was always really interesting is that even though like from a theory standpoint, they didn't necessarily like have the best structure on maps like Dust 2, they would find really interesting ways. Also, Cobblestone, I noticed this about them. They would find really interesting ways on CD sides that are really limited to find advantages and to find the holes and to find the right pushes. And it's really hard to do on Dust 2. And that's the way that you beat AVANGAR's T side, is by disrupting them before they get to set up their defaults every single round. And so I'm actually optimistic, given what I saw out of JW.
No, same.
That they can actually do something. And if they have a good CT side 7 rounds,
yeah,
then they can win this map.
I'm expecting them to play as aggressive on their CT side as they did on Mirage.
Yeah.
I'm expecting Fnatic to go for these peaks, to try and get an entry, and then to fall back. And I think, sure, if AVANGAR just played Fnatic on Mirage, I think they're expecting it a little bit more now. But it's still very hard to play against, because the one thing you want is map control. And if Fnatic is continuously pushing you, you're not getting that. So it will be fun to see the approach here from AVANGAR as well.
It's also, I think, a respect move in terms of Fnatic, because you have to respect that if you let AVANGAR just do what they want, they'll crush you on their T side. Because they just see it. That's how when they win Dust 2. So because Dust 2 is this map as well, where you can just set up. It's the easiest map to set up defaults, I think, it's fair to say. Because the default is you effectively get catwalk control after getting tunnels and outside of A long, which is super easy to do.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can get it every round, right? It's exactly it's what you do with it, right?
Yeah.
That's why Dust 2 is, for me, is one of those, and I think that's also why people just always reference this map as like the upset map, because getting map control on any other map is difficult. You know, even getting map control on a map like Inferno, like you're not going to get just banana for free.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to get mid for free. Whereas for catwalk, even if you choose to fight on CT, you're not going to be sticking around there for all too long, because then you have to put a lot of mid pressure too, and it opens up long or even B. So no, it's a very easy map in that sense. It really comes down to like the nitty-gritty details of that extra flashbang, trying to get that opera out of the line of sight, and the good smokes, you know, when you do the B splits and stuff. Just be prepared in most cases.
Yep.
I wonder how often James is going to fish for players rotating through mid on Fnatic CT side. Because again, like at the major, every time I play Dust 2, I try to point out that he likes to go by Xbox and just hold that angle through the doors, and he practically never did it, but he did do it yesterday. So maybe with more unknowns for Fnatic with 2 new players on the roster, I wonder if there'll be an impact in that, but we won't have long to find out about that.
And then the third was Train as well.
Ooh,
I think it's actually really, it's a fun series. Now we see, here we go.
Respect the AVANGAR.
Now
boys.
It's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. This has changed dramatically now. I mean, yeah, AVANGAR are a map up, but from Fnatic being a favorite on Mirage to these are wild swings we're seeing from map to map here.
Yeah, absolutely, and I get it too, and especially considering, right, it was Mirage was Fnatic's pick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
this is AVANGAR's pick. Sure, it's Dust 2 nonetheless, but now I think that, like you were saying as well, James, I think that if Fnatic wanted to win this series, they probably needed to win Mirage. Because then the last map as well, you go over to Train, and even if you are skillful in that sense, like Train is a very difficult map to play on the T side if you don't know all the ins and outs.
Oh, this is interesting actually. We'll see AVANGAR starting off on the TT side. It doesn't typically happen that I have seen from their games, for whatever reason.
Yes, maybe Fnatic won the knife?
Yeah.
Start T side?
Maybe AVANGAR has sick knife strats. We never watched knife rounds, so we can't know.
Bear games used to have actual life strats.
Nice.
Annoying as hell, man.
Well,
Percentage-wise, they used to win so many. I wonder.
Dren waiting in the long doors. He's going to get dinked straight away. That sucks. I want to play the barrel now. He's going to fall back. It's always very difficult. Oh, you feel so useless when this happens. 4 HP, any bullet does it. Key cut. It's going to actually help Adren out quite a lot. Adren will go... Oh my goodness. Adren goes down. Key cut goes down. James lost as well elsewhere. And all of a sudden, fnatic looking really strong. Down to Buster against 4. The bomb's down as well. Buster's going to get 1 kill, but there's just so many players remaining. And they've got all kinds of different angles for him to worry about. Plus, he's going to be approaching from the ramp. So, oh, he actually hitting Flusher there. Oh, he actually gets him. That's amazing. But he's got one in his back. And, yeah, that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, that's a shame. Simple A split from fnatic. Taking their time, though. Going out long. There's really no need on pistol rounds to continuously rush if you don't have to, since there's not a lot of utility. And the distance there between that long container versus long pit is perfect. Still headshot angle for the Glocks. And we'll see. fnatic choosing to go a fast long here. I kind of like this.
Yeah, JW makes his way out there, and although there's some nade damage onto fnatic and a player is lost, they have position, and that's what's important. It's not really the weapons or utility remaining on AVANGAR to do much, and fnatic can make their way forwards. They also have Flusher looking for any upper dark pushes, but at this point, just get that bomb to the A bomb side. It's only 3 pistols left. James has a taser. Don't think he's going to get an opportunity for that, given the ranges of Dust 2. If there was a smoke down, maybe he can somehow jump through and maybe get somebody, but looks like they will all be taken down. Except James.
Yeah. Smart anti-eco there from fnatic. Going long, utilizing the rifles. Did get nade stacked, but it was only Golden that went down. I'm not sure. I think actually Golden ended up having an SMG anyway.
I love this from James. This is amazing.
She's really trying to bait that.
Oh, yes. He's actually... I respect that so much.
Now we're on tilt.
I respect that so much. That bait was beautiful. Like, that counts. That like, really helps. Like, he does a bunch of damage there, gets rid of the Kevlar, gets... I mean, okay, it's not the most damage in the world. It's not like JW had anything more than a Mach 10.
Sure, but this is a draw for, like, to a Senji or whatever. You know, he can use the Mach 10. It's a purchase you don't have to make next round.
Maybe Sanji will get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too.
But I love this as well because it's easy to just be like, oh, well, I'm bored now. I'm just going to go and just die. But I always really respect, trying to do whatever you can that's reasonable. Obviously, sometimes it's like, you're just extending the round for no reason, but that's actually useful. So you get the kill.
Oh, misbuy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a misbuy. He had a lot of money. Was gonna drop a weapon to Buster.
Well, Buster's
Do
gonna
not
have a
think.
shotgun.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Don't think that was the right buy, but hey, who knows? He is playing B after all.
Sanji's gone out. He's been unleashed. That's the Mach 10. Oh, the HE's gonna do a lot of damage. Crim's down to 49. Sanji waiting for a peek. Golden's going to make it happen, though, and that's a great headshot immediately onto Sanji. So James is tasked with the A bomb side defense by himself, and there will be some assistance. Kika's coming. He's got an M4. So AVANGAR definitely not in the best spot, but the bomb has not been collected just yet for fnatic. It's still sitting in T-spawn. So they're waiting for a push. They're waiting for a reaction from AVANGAR. Flusher he's expecting a B push here. Again, very typical reaction. But instead what AVANGAR have done is they're just stacking the B-bomb site, which makes me think that they might just stay. They might be in save mode already.
They're definitely in save mode if they don't go B. This is something that Na'Vi used to do a few years ago.
I like this a lot on Dust 2. Because the rotations are so huge. Like, why would you play a 2 versus 5?
Yeah. I mean, in most cases as well, and obviously, like you're saying as well, it's very clear that AVANGAR will probably just be saving if they go A. But for fnatic, and it's 40 seconds left, getting information is super important, because you do see the tendency here. They are walking towards that B split.
That might encourage them to go for it as well. This is something that Astralis used to do a long time, to actually try to take a bad fight there to bait into a setup that has 3 players defending the site, but Jamie had to get that kill surely. Adren! That's beautiful. Takes down 2 players. There's no time to rotate the bomb. There's actually, I don't think there is time to rotate.
Time, I think, right?
Okay, he's 3.5 seconds to plant the bomb. 14 seconds. JW, is he going to make it? He's just going to make it. He might have like a couple seconds to spare here. Oh my god, he's got 2.5 seconds to spare. That's cutting it close.
Yeah, and that's also without knowing that AVANGAR had both of them on the B-bomb side. They just saw Adren, I think.
Adren, gotta be careful, man. Gotta keep that AWP alive for Jame. Gotta think about Jame.
Pretty sure he's just dead here.
Oh my god, this could have gone so wrong.
Maybe not.
I wonder if the barrels, like how far the barrel goes with the AWP. It's so huge. Man, fnatic almost lost this round.
Oh, he is coming from T-spawn, or CT spawn rather.
Oh no. Oh dear, oh dear,
I can't believe you've done
dear.
this.
Oh
It's okay.
dear, oh dear.
It didn't give JW the money, at least.
Or the AWP, I don't think.
Well, he got the op.
Oh, you got the AWP?
Yeah.
Okay. Bollocks.
Yeah, here we go. Did he see the last... I'm not sure, he was in the smoke there. Buster.
Yeah. Good round from Adren. The damage has been done, but the problem is that they need to kind of keep the damage going, and it's going to be much harder this time. One would imagine. Just pistols, no AWP. If Jame hits just what, like one shot as well from the window there, I'm curious what would happen. But either way, Adren goes for the push around the smoke, goes down. It's favorable for Brolan, sees the legs. Okay. So far, so good for fnatic.
Taking the time here. Nice. There we go. Yeah, it's all falling apart. Eventually, we would have otherwise seen fnatic just getting together, clumping up, going somewhere. Don't really have to anymore.
Wow. Jame! Oh my god, he's found an AWP!
And bomb!
And the bomb! And there's 50 seconds. How is, okay, this has become winnable somehow, but the problem is he has no idea where these players are coming from. Did he hear any running? There's no running, there's only walking. He's got the CZ out, because otherwise if he had the AWP out, it would show beyond this box. This is a really ridiculous position to hold, honestly. And what on earth are fnatic going to do here? If there's a missed timing, James can win this round. Oh my goodness.
No, I think...
He's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. He knows he's close. He's going to have to take the fight. He's going to get shot in the back.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Smart by fnatic there. Really just timing that really well.
That's
Maybe
mad.
he gets JW there, but you know, Crimps is in the flank.
That's so mad, isn't it? That's so mad.
That was so close, though.
The crazy thing is that there's so many things that James can do there because he has so much space to work with. Obviously, he doesn't know how far away they are, but there's a lot of different gambles to take. And unfortunately, he chose the wrong one. There's a few different gambles you can take there on angles.
Quick long take here from fnatic. I think they're at least gonna try and get Crimps out of the container.
Is he good for it? Oh, this is a very nice job he's done there. Not flashed a single time, but does he go through the smoke? Inviting the variant. He takes 2, and there's a trade. Surely that is the round. Absolute brutality from fnatic. That's
so sick, man. Such a great spawn as well. Crimps actually deciding to go on the right side of the container. Really fast.
Okay.
Buster, that was the most awesome bunny hopping I've seen since Henny through Palace.
This game's been very weird so far in terms of some of these rounds. Like fnatic almost losing the round twice to like really weird situations with like the bot, like not having the bomb in the right place.
Yeah,
but
stabilized though. Yeah, definitely still counts. Also gets Buster here. 5-0.
It's a very blue knife.
I think we're going to see like 10-5 T halves from both teams.
The way it's been looking here, because of AVANGAR's not really getting the picks and fnatic really abusing the whole thing of their spawns.
Yeah.
Trying to hold long when T's have good spawns is so difficult. Especially if you're on these like scrappy buys. Oh, goodbye.
Nice.
151. Oh dear. JW, come on, man. Give him a break.
Oh, well, that's not too shabby a start to the round. In the meantime, fnatic have taken long. They've done the essentials. Slowly looking for a response. See that wooden box by blue on long? The wooden box there. If you stand to the edge of that, the right side edge, and you look at blue, there's a nice pop flash you can do for the corner of long if you're alone and you're in a bind. And walk forward a tad. Bounce it off blue, run with it. So Sanji's made his way into T spawn. What do you see, Dan? What's going on?
Oh no, just that nade it was going for golden, but it didn't connect. That's all.
Yeah, Sanji's on the flank, but with these pistols, there's only so much that there is to be done. Dead now, of course. Solid. Well, this is a very good start for fnatic, moving to a 6-0 situation. This is not expected. A lot of teams struggling on the CT side of Dust 2 at the moment.
I think it's just a map, you know. I think that will be the way it is in perpetuity. At least on the top level, where you have the teams playing good T sides. There's so many different problems. The lack of ways to get aggressive, the lack of, or like how hard it is to deny the defaults of the T side. How strong the AKs are, you know, it's the Kriegs. There's just so many, I think, so many overwhelming advantages T side has. And also just the fragility of the CT economy as well as a big one too. Because ideally you want 2 AWPs. Because having 2 AWPs is a way to mitigate the rotation times. And it's so hard to find out information. That's like the reason why defaults are so ridiculous on this map. Like on Inferno, for example, you have to have top mid and banana to threaten both A and B. But on this map, you just have to have 1 spot, which is also just guaranteed. So there you go.
Here, another one. AVANGAR's response to fnatic's aggressive plays, going 4 long in the beginning. Had the potential here. fnatic has done a fast round and looks like it. It's such a nice little read here from fnatic. AVANGAR not ready for it at all.
That was almost
This
a
is a
timing
save. Yeah, this is a save again. This is a great round from fnatic. This is a lovely read.
Yep.
Probably heard a lot of nades on that long there, deciding instead, make the call. Let's just go fast out mid instead, see what happens. And we know, obviously, just the 1 player on B and 1 in CT spawn, so very bad positioning. I think if you're AVANGAR here, you should be calling a timeout. Talking about things a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's getting to a point in which maybe you're overthinking the situation. If you're AVANGAR, rather than just playing your own game, you did have 2 AWPs, so...
Oh dear. Yeah, it's like going with the example on Inferno again. You know, it's the same. This is like the same thing as conditioning an opponent to, like, you know, the CT side, they keep losing banana, so they start investing 3 there at the early timings of the rounds, and then you just rush up mid with only 2 players, you get a 5v2. It's kind of like a similar prospect, conditioning your opponent a little bit, and then play off the info. That's actually a reason why as well it can be smart, like in those banana situations. If you're the CT side, don't show all 3 HEs, don't show all 3 nade sets at once, so that you don't give that extra information to the T side, so they can't react like we saw here. Okay, oh, are they going to run into B? They're running into B. Buster's wait. Oh no, the flashbang's going to knock him off the angle, and now he's full blind. They are just going to get. Oh dear. Oh, he hits a leg. This is looking desperate for Buster, and now he's going to burn to death. And Jame has the angle on the cross, but the smoke goes down, and they have. This is just one of those gambles. They gambled, and it worked out perfectly.
I mean, this is exactly, and this is the old fnatic we were talking about, especially on a map like Dust 2. This is what they used to do. They read the game so well. Even there, it's so unorthodox, right? They're just calling a B rush, but knowing as well, last round, AVANGAR was struggling, having bought a lot of utility. So I think initially here, fnatic probably just assumed that they wouldn't have as much money as they did. But they still only had that 1 guy on B. That was the off from Buster.
Yeah. They're focusing, like AVANGAR are just thinking A long, A long, A long. At the beginning of the round, that's what they're most worried about. They're fearing it.
Yep.
And there goes the B rush.
And here's the thing. All fnatic has to do now, if you think about it, right? Because they've put so much pressure last 2 rounds on B, And then before that, it's been a lot of pressure on A. You force AVANGAR into just playing defaults now, because you can't keep on gambling the way you have been.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's not working out. And if you're fnatic, now you just go back, right? Now you can go back to your defaults. You can just go back to taking your catwalk control if you want. Now, granted, if you look at the map now, fnatic has yet another great spawn towards long. Probably going to be seeing the same thing. Might be a fake to the play on before, but with this spawn here with JW.
Fast catwalk as well becomes really strong. Running down
just going for the
suicide.
peak.
Yeah, doesn't find anything. So James in mid, leaving Buster alone on B. And fnatic work towards catwalk, so... Will there be a flash for Flusher? Okay, there's no flash for Flusher. Not expecting Jane to be there. Quick flash out there to try to make sure they're guaranteed on the cross. Oh my. How's he done that?
Yeah. They're still obviously getting what they want with the catwalk control.
Vanguard just got what they want. Information for the bomb, although there's time, and it can and will be retrieved. 3 versus 4, this could still change pretty quickly. Brolana waiting for his time. You can see Adren's focused on long for the time being, but he may have to support James eventually, even if it's with a flashbang behind James' head. You can see him now, focused, but there's no movement from Brolan just yet. 49 seconds on the clock. Adren trying to hold down 2 jobs, and Buster looks curious about the B tunnel. I do wonder if he'll start to push soon. Adren still focused, Brolan getting closer, the crab walk is on. James will oh my god, that's nasty from Golden, and that's going to have Adren's attention. Brolan's moving in at the perfect time. There is the frag, and now the A bomb site's open for business.
And that's a save.
Yikes.
Yeah, they might go for it here. Yeah, definitely not anymore. But again, this is just really good counter-strike from fnatic. We saw here again, despite losing the entry there, just the fact that fnatic does get the mid control, the mid presence. JW just stationed there over the smoke in middle, watching for the rotation, gets the first frag. It's a 4-on-4 situation, even though Jamie does a good job here this round. Just the fact that fnatic is getting all this control.
And that's kind of the problem too, is that the individuals from AVANGAR haven't had quite enough as well. We haven't really seen anybody kind of stepping up a lot. James had a couple spots previously where he's been unable to do too much. So yeah, it's looking so strong for fnatic. Always a chance to turn it around though. AVANGAR would need a good few rounds now. We know, I mean, again, we know that their game plan on the T side is really good, and so that's going to be difficult for fnatic to deal with, I would imagine. But you really want a few rounds at least, so you can make sure you can weather any variance should you lose a pistol.
Nice touch from JW. Setting the... Oh, he still tags Buster as well. 7 HP, hasn't seen anything. That actually limits where he can stand with his AWP on the B bomb site, because if he, for example, smokes the tunnel, then they could throw HEs over the top of it. That said, there are no HEs at this point for fnatic. Favouring the second flashbang, perhaps. There'll be a boost over the smoke, but no one to find, as you can see. Again, Buster doesn't know that they don't have HEs, so he has to be careful.
Look, rotation here from AVANGAR, they're reading it. Everyone almost in CT spawn now. fnatic a little bit too slow. More and more they're crawling over towards B. It's going to be 3 there now.
Oh, but look at Golden. He's gone through the middle doors, and he's flanking these players who've rotated in. He can't quite get the frag. They'll be taken out by James. That would have been a huge turnaround for fnatic, but AVANGAR now have a crossfire while fnatic try to make their way through this smoke. Buster forced forward, still alive with 7 HP, finally taken out, but there's one more to find in Keycut. How many is he good for? 1, he'll be traded, and it's a 2 versus 2. Rotation continues. Adren making his way into the tunnel, James in CT spawn. No more grenades at this point for fnatic.
Slow to the fight there is Brolan, and now it's down to Crims, 1 versus 2. Can he keep fnatic's untouched scoreline clean? They're looking to try to get the PK. They need the information as to where Crims actually is. I don't know that they really understand it just yet. There it is, Crims to be spotted. Good nade comes in, but Adren is weak as well. It's going to come down to who reacts first. Adren can't quite find the engagement. Adren nails the headshot. Crims lands a single bullet, but it had to be to the head. And AVANGAR win their first round And honestly, it's kind of nuts. Fnatic made this look so close. They were I think it was like 3. It was a 3 versus 2 as they're coming out the doors in the site. Like here, for example. And it's 3 versus 5.
And even Golden
ultimately.
going down in the middle there from Jamie on the A-bomb site.
Yeah.
But they do this so well still, right? They take their time. Seeing as well that AVANGAR doesn't have any nades. Obviously, it's nothing really coming in. But a run there.
This is the best way to lose a round. Because it's the first round they've lost in the half. So the loss bonus goes down for AVANGAR. They survived with only 1 player. So they've got shortcomings in their buy. So they've got a weaker buy in this round, trying to get a consecutive round. And now they risk being reset, but they're holding on to long, it seems, for the time being. The CT side, but they've lost 2 players. We still have Crims towards the B bomb site. No sound cues. Buster holding his position despite all that carnage. Again, if Long is lost there, then who knows, maybe Crims flanks and shuts the round down, but now everything slows down and Fnatic have plenty of advantages to run.
I like a lot of the boosts that Fnatic are using, because just like changing your elevation in just like dynamic positions is really unexpected, and you know you're not necessarily ever prepared for it. But there's a minute to go, so AVANGAR have some. This is like so horrible in Dust 2 because you have to spread out so thin because the rotations are so punishing for the CTs, and there goes the B split smoke to make things even more obscure for AVANGAR. Kika, he spotted JW. He's going to hear the jumping. Will he try to push though? It's like he's unsure. Oh, is that a fake from JW? I think it is, and it's not going to work out though. Kika gets the kill. That's huge.
He hasn't seen the bomb though. The bomb's going through the long doors. We've got Jane by that car position. Will he eventually turn to have a look? Crims running distraction elsewhere. Broland's being careful about his timing. He's had good timing on long, playing off of his teammates, but with 25 seconds on the clock, Crims needs to offer something now. Is he going to try and offer a fake towards the B bomb site? He's trying to do so, but James is a non-believer, but he's scoped in, and there is the opening. He can cross because of the smoke grenade. Buster on the B bomb site. They know where Buster plays. And it's planted for everywhere. One of the worst possible plants. Buster will have to find both. He doesn't have a defuse kit either. Maybe there's one on the way.
So 1v2, he kind of has to go for it. Oh, he just misses to jump across too. This is a hard one, isn't it? Maybe he doesn't go for it. I don't know if he can find an AWP or something to save, but yeah, he's going to back away. There is an AWP on the ground there, JW's AWP. So he'll probably pick that one up. This is such an awkward situation for AVANGAR, isn't it?
Yeah, no money again. This is really what you did not want to happen. But really playing with time here for Fnatic and the rotations.
Buster just waiting for the last possible moment, just in case somebody is protecting the weapon. When you're trying to find an AWP, which is on the floor, you have to bear in mind that there might be somebody lurking using it as bait to eliminate you when you grab it, which is why Buster's being very careful there. 10-1 for Fnatic. So again, they did win that. They did lose that round in the best possible way, but it's still a pretty dangerous buy, especially with that AWP collected at the end. So there'll be 2 SMGs on this occasion. This time JW shows mercy, it seems. Oh my god.
Broland has been a beast this game so far. That's outrageous, isn't it? That is completely outrageous. And they're going to fall back out of mid after they look at the rotation. Both Jame and Adren have rotated towards CT spawn, expecting the B play, but now they understand, they've read it. And so, they might actually have a good timing here. Adren! Again, it's Broland though. Broland just tells everyone to sit down and shut up with that Krieg. And now Jame is looking towards short, but they're all towards long at this point. And there goes a run boost for Broland.
Could die.
He's fine. Oh dear. They gave him the AWP as well, because he's low HP. He's the sentry gun towards pits. Flusher, oh god, this angle's always so good, isn't it?
Oh no, he's gone too tight.
Oh dear.
That's really weird. That's really weird. So now he's got no idea. We'll have to focus on that later. Jane forced away. That's a really smart Molotov, so there's no boost or even jumping with an MP9 or something. JW getting a little leery. Buster taking some nade damage, I would presume. Another Molotov attempted to stop this exact boost, perhaps, but didn't quite land. But the pre-fire is there. Jame unable to do anything with 8 HP. Perhaps it's time to run away, but Buster has found a solid position. Flusher finally on the flank now. Being careful, jiggling, trying to find a burst for Sanji. He'll do exactly that. And what can Jame do, really? Does he go for it? 1 versus 2. Bomb not planted just yet, but with 8 HP, he needs them to give him something, and they'll look for that in long.
Here he goes. Such a hard spot. Oof. I guess he's just trying to catch the exits. This has been kind of a heartbreaking game, just in terms of there's been a lot of like marginal situations for AVANGAR that they've just been unable to really perform in. Like even that 1v1 that Flusher took there from Catwalk towards the player elevator. If that duel is not won by Flusher, and look how low he is, then
Yeah,
the round is completely different. Like so many rounds have actually been like this, but all gone in the favor of fnatic. And if you put on top of that, fnatic have made some great calls in terms of how they've decided to rush certain positions and timings. It's this is one of those matches where everything's gone fnatic's way, but credit to them for playing so well. Roland, for example, he's been ridiculous. Look at this one as well, just instantly killing everyone.
Yeah, the angle from Flusher was interesting because you could have an off angle on people going around the box to jump in it, although you can jump in it from the lower tunnel side as well. But he's just watching to see people going up towards short, but he went even deeper at the worst possible timing. I suppose if people are going up long, mid, sorry, they would see his arm or something, but the timing was brutal. But they still won the round, 11-1. AVANGAR still managing to eke out buys with this AWP. This time they've got, once again, 2 SMGs, just like last time. Yorg will be a luxury in this situation. Is this one that goes towards the doors? We will soon find out. Golden making his way through. Buster, surely he's good for one. He's waiting for the flashbang, which might never come, but he's perhaps done enough. Kikat's got the angle through the smoke, but Brolan is unstoppable. He's in Terminator mode.
Oh, JW. Oh my goodness, he's got a nade in his hand. And now it's down to Brolan to clutch this. Brolan only has 24 HP. Does have the bomb though, which is always nice. No smokes, so that's annoying. I'm just waiting to see the way in which he's going to find to win this round, because I feel like fnatic have been doing so well in these situations. Brolan in particular is crushing. He's 17 for 5 in this first half, and he's got the Krieg. He seems to be a dab hand with the Krieg, and he's got 30 seconds to find a way to plant this bomb. And there's a flank coming towards B, and I don't think he's going towards A at this point. I'll have to see what he chooses to do. I mean, I guess is he going to go up to Catwalk?
Oh, the timing. Adren's looked away from mid doors.
Oh, but he sees the gun. Jane turns around. Speaking about timing, there you go. AVANGAR picked that one up, and fnatic, their money's obviously out of control, so no worries there for fnatic. AVANGAR really needs every last round. The thing is, like, if AVANGAR get 3 or 4 rounds, they can still win this. I mean, because look at the first map. I think the first map's very telling in terms of, but to the reverse, because this is just kind of how Dust 2 is. In terms
still
of the
not
size.
over yet, for sure.
Yeah.
But it has been a very dominant fnatic side so far.
Yeah,
playing some great Counter-Strike, really abusing the rotations from AVANGAR.
Oh, they started with 4 on A again this round. Trying to get ahead of what they think fnatic will most likely do.
I think it's a game of chess, essentially, right? For all we know, for all AVANGAR knows, they might have done a fast long take there again, in which AVANGAR would have had 4. Again, brawl on every round, man. Just out mid. What a nuisance. Just walking out there. It doesn't even do anything. No nades on nothing. Just creeps out.
Dude, it reminds me of like playing Pugs sometimes on FACEIT. You run into that guy that's got like 3,000 elo and then just like runs around, just headshotting everyone. You're like, well, we can't really play Counter-Strike here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to do.
I mean, the one counter to him before was Jamie with the off there. But you don't want to just have him post there the whole round. Kind of defeats the purpose. It's better off elsewhere.
And so it begins. The execute towards the A-bomb site. Kika trying to hold on to long. Does he start flanking? Or does he go back to support his teammate? He has got no flashes for Jane. Flusher, man, these flanks have got to be so annoying. From top mid to B hall, Sanji gets taken out. 1-man advantage for fnatic. Long still held onto by AVANGAR, but they need to get something elsewhere. And it seems that Buster's not too interested. Actually, he's coming out of the B-bomb site now. He needs to be gifted, and Brolan will be the gift. 3 versus 3. Now it's on.
Okay, is it going to... Okay, this is going to be really interesting. Oh my goodness, I was about to say, I don't know quite how that's going to work out, but trade comes in from Keycut, leaving JW and Flusher left. Flusher was playing Lurk in mid, has to get into position. JW's alone, he's scoped in, he's not going to see Buster. And now flusha will announce his presence with the Molotov, but has he done enough? There's no smoke to stop this. Are they going to try to stick it? They do have a kit here. There goes JW. There's no cover for him just yet. Is there time? There's the Molotov on 1 HP. Can you believe it? Does he have time? No, he doesn't. And he can't even get out of there. That's the 12th round for fnatic. That's unreal.
Oh my god. And fnatic, or flusha actually making the decision. He gets the first kill in the B tunnel. He actually falls back all the way to T spawn, thinking somewhat that AVANGAR might be saving. He's just holding the back. But here, as soon as Golden goes down, he starts running up mid. Really close round. Great job by flusha. Actually misses the molly there a little bit.
Yeah, 1 HP on Buster. That's nuts. Heartbreak continues for AVANGAR. James has an auto shotgun. Not quite the AWP.
I think it's about that time anyway.
Yep.
Just pick it up.
Give up on life. Sanji showing some presence with the scout to try and bait them into a Dren, perhaps. Hiding behind a barrel. It's hard to pre-aim this position because you're looking for people towards the ramp. He'll be avoiding the flashbangs though. The wide swinging with the moving accuracy would be good for one. He'll get information that 2 other players are there, so Sanji can go fishing should they move past that corner of engagement. Does he go back?
There's a push in upper dark, so they know what's going on. Oh, okay, no gap. Oh, there is a slight gap. That's not bad, is it? Sanji looking for the follow-up. Not sure where they are just yet. Brolan watching the flank. There's one. Doesn't expect the second. Key cuts there. 3v3. Sanji with that scout. Always dangerous. Orc doing damage. What is this? All of a sudden, it's just JW in a 1v3. So it might be a third round on the cards here, and there absolutely will be. 3 rounds for AVANGAR. It is a hell of a long road back. They definitely need the pistol. We'll find out if they can do it, if they can rejuvenate themselves in the next half after the break.
Hello, sweetness.
Welcome back. I love the smell of coffee. Just
It's not bad, is it?
the whole room wakes me up a little bit.
I used to work in the old industrial area of London, where all the grain mills and warehouses were, and Monmouth Coffee is based there.
Oh, so the whole block smelled like roasted coffee?
They had a train arch around the corner from my office, so when I walked through it, it would just be smelling of roasted coffees. It was marvelous. Made you hungry, though.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, look at them falling back, fnatic, to abuse the range of their USPs. Really nice work. The remaining 3 players for AVANGAR in this long position. Adren's got the P250. The other 2 players will move close. Double smokes. Golden goes fishing a little. Spots some players jumping past the gap. Looks like they want to engage. You can see Sanji holding on the other side. Adren, you don't want to go slowly past that gap. JW in that Gandalf position.
Probably was on purpose, but he blocked the smoke there, creating that little gap.
Bad plant. They've got don't have enough cover. Oh, JW got to get them off the bomb plant. They can't plant the bomb now, really, with him there, unless they manage to do it for long, which they'll just about do. So worst case scenario ticked off, but it only gets worse with fnatic charging the site. Crims will get a helmet for $350, as will Golden, which is really huge, especially with 3 frags. Well, frags for both of them means they'll get the M4s out immediately, which is awesome for them. It's not so awesome for AVANGAR.
Yeah. JW didn't get a kill in that position, but just because he spots 2, you notice as well, just the reaction from that. They have 1 more guy dropping the catwalk to spawn, and they just instantly look, the call is made here, and they just rush these guys. Right? They're not letting AVANGAR give any, they're not getting any space to do what they want to do. Very aggressive plays from fnatic. A guy pointed out on Twitter as well in terms of fnatic's aggressive plays, and I do agree. It's one of those things of aggressiveness. When you have a new team, obviously tends to work a little bit better. Once teams get used to how fnatic plays, obviously people will adapt a little bit.
Yeah, there's always a honeymoon period, or there often is.
Absolutely.
And there should be. With a new roster, then once your initial cards have been figured out, then comes the real test for you as a team, and you need to find depth.
And in most cases, well, like you're saying, aggressive plays. This is something. We saw fnatic on 15 rounds. They're playing very aggressive, but this is something maybe they go back to just using 3-4 times in the game. After that, nice little nade.
Ooh. Well, they're all still alive with AVANGAR. They have the numbers. They're looking to swarm. The smokes will be. They have limited success, but they haven't got a man advantage, and there is something to be done here. AVANGAR with 3 rifles, one of which is a scout. The CZ is also very dangerous. So this isn't ideal for fnatic. Crims creeping around the corner. Needs some help from his teammates. There's a HE from CT spawn. He needs to find 2. There's a 2 looking for a 3rd. Not quite happening. And now Brolan is alone. Gets his bell rung immediately. Surely he is doomed. Buster, it's only a matter of time. Surely. Where is he? Oh my god! 3 HP, Brolan. He's just on fire. How on earth has he clutched that? Why did it take so long for Buster to come in?
I thought that boss would just jump the ledge, trying to just shoot him in the back, but instead he takes the same peek. And that's an insane round by Brolan.
Oh my god, dude.
He's been playing remarkable. 21 frags on him. His average during ECS is 16.5. So he's overperforming this last one. Sick.
Jeez.
He's really been...
Okay, you can see Buster swinging, but he just couldn't swing fast enough. Sanji was in a tight spot where he couldn't fall back.
That comes down to timing, right?
Yeah.
You know, you don't peek for 0.5 seconds longer, and you get that crossfire you so desperately want. And then you probably win that round.
God damn. Well, that was quite something. Crims waiting for a pop flash play through mid. There's the flash. Not quite a pop flash, though, but there's no push from AVANGAR just yet. 4 spies every round. The creeks are out. It's a better buy than what they had previously, thanks to the bomb plant and the higher loss bonus. So Adren's the information man. Is there a flashbang for Goose? There absolutely is. JW barely moves a muscle. Let's not forget those palm trees at the back in that Goose position. You can drop a flash above the palm tree, behind the palm tree, which the T's can't see coming, but will flash them. You have to know that they're so close in the first place. 3 versus 2 now. Make it 2 on 2. Buster's on fire, slightly blind. Just about, maybe saw a bag or something. And trades will continue, and finally Brolan is stopped by somebody, and it will be James.
I see the first kill there, and I'm like, well, James is about to die. You should have seen the last round then. Brolan had a insane 1-on-2 to Famas.
Oh no.
Wins that round, yeah.
22 for 9.
Completely reset on money here for fnatic. It's gonna be...
I mean, this will be interesting. Like, if AVANGAR can stabilize, again, like, it's really not out of the question. This is like the map where they... like we set it up before, it's a map where you can really get a lot of stuff going. What worries me for AVANGAR is that fnatic individually are looking super sick. That's the problem, especially Brolan. Brolan is looking disgusting.
14-4. This is way more than you could expect in such a short period of time for fnatic. Really enjoying this so far. James searching with a scout. How's he got no skin on the scout? The blood in the water should be... People should be forced to purchase it.
Yeah, that is default.
Yeah. That's just the best skin ever. It's amazing.
I don't see too many of those. I like the little one too, the one with the skull that laughs, basically.
The greeny yellowy one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Or the
chatterbox.
Yeah, chatterbox, yeah. I really like that one.
I use the clean whites Galil.
Mm.
And it's called No Money for AK with a sad face on the end. My fan master's called No Money for M4. Creeping up towards the site. The Molotov is not going to be early enough. They're all beyond it, save for one. And he moves up as well. The Deagle will be good for one. Maybe buying a few seconds for fnatic to try and rotate and do something. But they're all still mostly, well, actually all still now out of position. Sanji, nice smoke. Just about spotted JW. Maybe popped up on the radar. There's a flashbang. Brolan about to deliver it. Easily avoided by Sanji. He has support behind him as well. So fnatic won't be able to do too much in this round, it seems.
Just some pistols, some utility. But AVANGAR as well here, having 4 alive. My FAMAS, it's funny. I got one. I've only received 1 souvenir drop ever in a major, and it's from the Katowice finals versus VP. This is the 1 drop I got, so I named it 944.
Oh, that's so sad, Robin.
Yeah, I know. It has NIP stickers, has VP stickers, has goddamn SAS Katowice on there, and on top of that, it's that crappy FAMA skins. It's just green, you know, like.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
That's perfect.
That's awful.
It's weird if you look at
factory new.
If you look at how the stock Galil looks, it has like wear.
Yeah.
Just a stock Galil. That's exactly how they look in real life. Because in France, around like train stations and so on, you can see the French military walking around.
I saw it the first time when I was walking around in the airport, and I'm like, is that what I think it is? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool to see them in real life, right? USPs and P250.
I like this from fnatic. They're just full saving. They're like so far ahead on rounds. They're like, let's just get maximum economy. Maximum economy.
Well, they need it.
They do, yeah.
There's not a lot of room for mistakes, but the last thing you want is losing a round and not being able to full buy again. You are trying to go for that comeback.
Sitting in T-spawn with all.
Why not?
Does have protection, so let's go bodyguard. Oh dear. Training, got to watch some Elige demos. Elige has probably the best Krieg spray in the business. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, I think hands down. But I think it comes back to anything we discussed it before as well, but just because he was so early with it, right? Even before it was essentially buffed, he was still using it.
Wasn't it always the same?
It's always been the same, but the buff, right? It's basically just cheaper.
Oh right, I see what you're saying. Well, fast long play from AVANGAR. Oh no, never mind. They divert at the last seconds. They pull away, and up catwalk they'll go. JW's on the off angle here, and that's not going to work out. Where is AVANGAR? Where's your flashbangs at? Oh dear. fnatic, they play the trade game, and fnatic, it's going to do better on that one. That seemed very odd because Sanji, I think it was Sanji, went forwards, and his teammates, the spacing was terrible for a trade.
Yeah, you don't really see that from AVANGAR all too often.
Yeah.
Usually you do see like a quick trade or at least a flashbang, like you're saying.
Yeah, that was really weird. Because you're playing into fnatic's game there. Like, that's the one thing that maybe
they
won't
what they
have.
want. Sure, maybe you weren't expecting fnatic to play catwalk that round, but oh my god, the timing too.
Was he inspecting his gun?
He was reloading.
Oh no.
Well, he has 1 minute on the clock, and he's going to try to do the best he can with the CTs out of position. Spots one on the side. He's got a really fast forward. Deagle's out. Flush has got 11 HP, but Chain looking for the headshot. Speaking of headshots, now he's got one. Now he's got none. 15-6. fnatic have game point. It's been a monstrous game of Dust 2 from them. And they're looking to close it out now and take it to Train.
This is where they rush up mid.
Yeah, it says Buster. Look how far away he is from his teammates. That's weird. That's really weird.
I'm not sure, they were probably not expecting that catwalk play there, but because Fnatic had no one at long in the beginning of the round, there's no utility whatsoever. Like, the call should be made there that watch out for catwalk.
Yeah.
Do you see teams, if they don't hear stuff from long, they tend to at least maybe pre-nade it.
Alright, we've got a reasonable buy for AVANGAR, but Kikat's going to get deleted immediately. Trying to stop the CT's getting into position on long, and Sanji's down to 5 HP. We've got a HE party. He'll be heard running away. JW's always going to walk through the smoke. Too many sound cues for him.
Wow. I feel like Fnatic are winning the psychological warfare here massively, because it doesn't feel like AVANGAR feels like they're a little bit tilty.
Absolutely, yeah.
Honestly.
And almost, with the play on short, it's almost, okay, JW, what's even going on right now? Oh my god, not like this, surely.
He's dead, isn't he? Yeah, he's dead.
He needs help. Oh, he's almost thinks to Dren as well. You love to see this kind of JW, just absolute absurdity in the play. I feel like that previous round on short AVANGAR almost playing into Fnatic's playbook.
Yeah, no, they were definitely trying something, right, to catch them off guard a little bit, but it's one of those things where you obviously are a very strong T-side team yourself. Better off just playing your own game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just laughing at what we just witnessed from JW. How can you not be a fan? Buster now last seen on long, 45 HP.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Buster's a Molotov and a smoke at least, but he's just going to go for the peak. And 16-6, Fnatic will take this map. It didn't really seem... I mean, the first half was so difficult. I think AVANGAR got tilted off the face of the planet. That's the second... That T side of theirs that we saw. I didn't see the first couple rounds because I went to the bathroom, but yeah, it didn't look like the AVANGAR that we know on this map.
No, absolutely not. And I think for Fnatic, and I think that they just played their T side perfectly in that sense.
So
being a new team. Sure, maybe it doesn't work out in a month from now, right? But in the sense of just being able to read what AVANGAR likes to do, and the rotations were just spot on for Fnatic every single time. A few rounds they end up losing. I mean, sure, could argue maybe it was a hero play or whatnot, but here just Fnatic abusing the fact. Low economy on AVANGAR, rushing out long, good spawns, rushing up mid. Brawlon obviously really helps in that too, having a fantastic game.
Monstrous stuff. Look at this. Look at this, Dan. Oh my god. It's just unbelievable.
Eating them up.
Seek and destroy from Brolan. We'll see the statistics very shortly indeed. Nasty stuff from Fnatic. That's great. I couldn't have expected such a performance, but I'm very happy we saw it. That's a shock to the system for AVANGAR as well. And we did say yesterday they're good at adjusting, and they'll certainly need to moving into train. But here are the scores on the doors. Brolan with 23 frags, only the 1 assist. He was just brutalizing people with that Krieg, and he will certainly help Fnatic take it to train. That is an interesting one. So the odds have gone back and forth, and who the hell knows what Pinnacle will do in that third map after the break. But indeed, we will go to a break, and we'll see who's going to take it between AVANGAR and Fnatic. It's getting pretty damn crazy here in the first game of the show. We'll see you soon.